Good handle. Oh, what a shot. Breakaway dunk.
We welcome you back to the 2023 PBA by 1891 season. After the holiday layoff, action is set to continue on the Triangle by 1891 YouTube channel and, of course, PBA TV app, viewable across the globe. Today's matchup features the Dothan Snipers and the Georgia Vipers, their first meeting of the season. Two teams that met in the Southeast Division postseason last fall. Meet for the first time. Plenty of family and friends come out to the KBW Gymnasium to meet this ownership rivalry matchup. Both teams owned by A&T Sports. Of course, the 2022 Coach of the Year, Angela Culliver, on hand. As this action is already well underway, both teams with a three-pointer to open the 2023 calendar year. Perhaps some rust on the players. Been a few weeks since any game time. Cortez Cheney. And the three-point king, Alquan Mendenhall. No rust on the shooting thus far. The Dothan Snipers, their last game, December 18th, versus Mississippi Phoenix, a controversial loss on what has been described as a phantom foul call on league MVP Quintarius Porter, sending him to the line and giving the Snipers the first defeat of the season. They are looking to bounce back after that loss. Another three-pointers down off the bobbled catch. And the Vipers come into this game 6-1. Their first game, of course, of 2023. Ryan Moody, his first shot of the year is off. And let's introduce everybody out there. So for the handling Dothan Snipers, catching the ball there is big man Levert Bristol, in his first season with the Snipers. Number 2, heading to the line for 2 and 1. That's Jordan Neal. He had 31 points December 10th versus the Madison County Mambas. Team loaded with guard talent. Special performance by Neal. Number 3, Ernest Tyson out there. Number 4, the captain of the squad, Trey Jackson, was whistled for that game-losing foul on the 18th of December. And number 1, Vandrell Rivers to start the game for Dothan. And for Columbus, the Vipers are out there, of course, with Moody going up with the right jumping hook. Alquan Mendenhall, already mentioned. The quiet assassin, Darrell White, is out there, number 2. Of course, Cortez Cheney. An all PBA first teamer, Cheney, that is. And number 3, in his first season with the Vipers, it's Jalen Robinson. Now, with all of that out of the way, it's currently 9-6 Dothan. as Mendenhall attempting another three. Different venue today. Not Shaw High School for the Vipers, where they played the majority of their games last season, including the PBA Southeast Midwest All-Star Game. It's Cheney. A pull-up two is off. Rebound push up ahead, a spin move, and the basket. Ernest Tyson. Tyson at 27, November 12th. It's already quite some time ago. Versus the Southwest Florida Blazers. It's his first season with the Snipers. They are excited to see what this young athlete can bring to the table. And one on the floor. And we will see our first substitutions of the game. For the Snipers, Baby LeBron. Number 6, Jamal Rogers. With the Harden-esque beard. Of course, the LeBron-esque number 6 checks in. A former pro in Mexico, no stranger to the big time. Cheney missed it, and there is Rogers on the board, and you see the big man take it up the floor, go to the left hand. And that is just one taste of why they call him Baby LeBron. What he was known by while playing on the and one circuit. So quite an acquisition for the Snipers to try to get as good as the team they're playing against today, the Vipers. Is Darrell White. Pull-up three off the mark. Rebound by the Snipers. Neal drives. Well defended by the disciplined Vipers. Pass to the corner, Mendenhall. Quick, high arcing threes down. Mendenhall typically coming off the bench in Viper games. Today he gets the start. And he's off to a nice one. Rogers on the drive. Offensive foul. Cheney draws the foul. Draws the charge. That is. Rogers upset with it. Perhaps another taste of why they call him Baby LeBron. The quick response to the call on his drive. Cheney. And number 6, Cornelius Thomas. Checks in. The man they call Unk. And Darrell White finger rolls his first deuce. And some pressure by the Vipers early on. Neal. Jackson to the corner. And Tyson flips it up and in. A quick first step by Ernest Tyson. Early lead Snipers. Cheney. Made that look very easy. And after that, first timeout of the game taken on by the Snipers. We'll be right back on Triangle by 1891. Rogers to inbound as we are back. Number 10, Octavius Thomas for the Snipers as the pressure continues. Neal, pass over to number 22, Anthony McMillan. Another first-year player as Rogers. It is already quite clear why he draws comparisons to LeBron James. Even that jump shot, quite similar. It's Thomas now. CT Cornelius Thomas, an all PBA first teamer last year's season. And the Snipers pass the ball well, take advantage of the pressure yet again. That's number 12, Des Cole. Oh. Dothan emptying the bench in the first quarter. And with the Snipers' best available players pressing, we will see how this strategy pays off. There's Cole for 3. Tremendous first quarter by the Snipers. Coming into this one, presumed the underdog. White drives, but he's shut off. Now he goes right. And a charge. Second charge taken of the game. The out-of-control drive absorbed. Body sacrifice will go the other way with 2:48 remaining in our first quarter. Sniper set to inbound. The press continues. Can they break it again? And a travel on McMillan. So that time pressure paying off for the Vipers. Less dribbling, more passing, perhaps the answer. Especially with the shooters already hot from downtown. Pass picked off by Rogers. Excellent pass, and McMillan with the finish on the other end. Rogers has a chance to be a big-time player for this Sniper squad. Ryan Moody expanding the range with a deep mid-range shot. Rogers rebound. Rogers pulls up. One and done for the Snipers. Comes Cheney, kick out, foul on the 3. 4-point opportunity. And number 22, first-year player for the Vipers, who's had a couple of stellar performances so far. It's Devon Porter Wilson at the line for one more. Porter converts. 24-21 in an even first quarter. Shot 3 good. Trey Jackson. And despite a few weeks off, these are players that have traveled the roads together. Some have teamed with one another. There's a level of comfort in this rivalry game we may not see. And these teams play other games. There's an excellent pass and an and one. So Cornelius Thomas. The 2022 All-Star. Of course, all PBA first teamer. Veteran Thomas. Sleek off the ball movement. Misses the free throw after a slightly hitched delivery. Cole to Rogers at the top of the key. He drives left, puts his head down. Shot itself was out of control. What looked like a nice move by Rogers. And in our final minute of the first quarter, what is currently a 4-point game. Some zone action by the Snipers. Porter Wilson. Another board by Rogers. Very athletic. Nearly threw it away on the pass to Cole. Thomas now. Quick guard. Getting a screen. Final seconds. Pulls up. Knocks it in. Over Thomas. Cheney does not get that one off. And that'll wrap up our first quarter. You're watching PBA by 1891 on Triangle by 1891. Don't forget to subscribe with notifications on. Our second quarter of action is underway. Cortez Cheney out of Kendrick High School, Columbus, Georgia. The owner of Young Believer Clothing. Arguably the MVP of the Vipers last few years. Top of the key. Here's a three. It's down. That's number 9, Sharon King. A sweet jump shot, good volume. There's a miss on the other end by the Snipers. Thomas pushing it up the floor. Fake three and a hard foul. That will send King to the line. So Sharon King, and an on the floor foul. Looked like he would have been going up for the shot had Rogers let him. He did not let him. Nevertheless, King, he didn't get the 2 free throws. It doesn't matter. No hesitation, drills the 3. Vipers won it the other way, but it will stay with the Snipers. There's Rivers, number 1. Jordan Neal. Rogers facing some pressure. Sending multiple bodies at him. Snipers move the ball adequately. And it's Ernest Tyson knocking down the triple. White missing the mid-range. Rogers not giving up on the contest. And the big fella with the lay-in. That's Levert Bristol. Snipers were seeking out that size. Yeah, they have a double-double guy in Bristol. Thomas, difficult shot. Off the right backboard. Rogers, another rebound. Neal got all of it. And a timeout taken by the Vipers. Snipers impressing thus far. .8:10 left in the first half. Corner triple Vipers. Floating pass out to Neal. And the Snipers score again. Now up 9. Vipers had guaranteed a 20-plus point win on Facebook. They're falling behind early. There's a 3 to answer by Cheney. Oh, man. Big collision. Players hit the ground hard. And we will take a time. Not sure what happened there. Both players went down hard. Let's hope they're okay. Angela Culliver out to check on the talent. 7:22 remaining. In a 4-point game. We'll take a timeout. So Jamal Rogers, after the hard falls, headed to the bench. The play will continue. Glad to see no medical attention needed after that fall. Jalen Robinson has it deflected and stolen by Bristol. Neal to the corner. Tyson nowhere to shoot the three. Vipers moving around. They force a long three by Neal. Porter Wilson rebounds. And here comes the athletic Jalen Robinson. Missing the bucket. King the rebound. Back up and in. So Sharon King making an impact in the second quarter. And just like that, the Vipers have cut it down to 2. Pass on the pick and roll. McMillan to Bristol. Porter Wilson, step back, little float. Runner, fade away. Don't know what to call it. Either way, it's a deuce for the Vipers. McMillan, kick, and one more to Neal. Strong on that three. Vipers starting to control the tempo. Another three. I believe it's King with another three. Nearly a travel on the Snipers, who are suddenly slowing things down now. You're being met with some adversity. Perhaps a sense of urgency by the Vipers. And that bucket will not count by McMillan. Looks like that may have been an and one. So are we shooting 2? We shooting 1. I heard on the floor, but it appears Anthony McMillan. Mendenhall checks back in for Darrell White. McMillan misses, so count that deuce. It is an and one for Ant McMillan. Cheney left to right crossover. Look how high up he gets on that pull-up. Snipers unhappy. Perhaps still emotion after that December 18th loss. And that emotion comes back to haunt them. They give up an easy deuce to Devon Porter Wilson. Snipers have had a nice effort thus far. Can't let one bad call get to you. Ernest Tyson able to hit that three now. 4:56. We are midway through the second. This game is moving. King again. Sharon King. Tide-turning play for the Vipers. The already super talented team continues to add more and more. There's a... no. Did he force the turnover? It'll stay with the Snipers, and we'll take another timeout. 4:30 remaining. Stay with us. Jamal Rogers back out there after a scary fall. Missing the jump shot. Offensive rebound. Rogers back up. Get out of his way when he is en route to the bucket. Jamal Rogers looking okay after the fall. Porter Wilson. Right-handed off the left-hand window. Ooh, what a feed. Jamal Rogers dishing out of the post. Porter Wilson, no-look pass. Mendenhall 3. Couple of gorgeous feeds. You can see how one player's ability brings out special passing out of another. There's another no-look pass. Rogers said not this time. Tries to go behind the back. And Wilson finds King, who's got it going on right now. Sharon King. What a first half. Jackson. And Porter Wilson has another stop. King, another 3. Rebound Robinson. King to swing. To the three-point King. In to Cortez. Ball movement by the Vipers. That's why they're a back-to-back PBA Final Four. Looking to win it all this year. Neal. From association distance. Missed it that time. Cheney. That's his go-to shot. The mid-range pull-up. Robinson. Missing an easy one. But it's King again. When you're playing the more talented team, you got to win the hustle battle. Have a shot to win. Now we're in the second quarter. Anything can happen over 20 more minutes of game time. The small plays matter. The free throws, the missed layups, they all matter. Cornelius Thomas back out there. May have had a floater, kicks it out to Cheney, who will reset. Thomas, shut off by Bristol. Thomas for 3. Accurate shooting thus far in the KBW Gymnasium. Whoa! Nothing called there. Big Bristol fires a 3. Offensive rebound put back up. No. Sharon King continues to have impact. Thomas. Midi pull up. Cornelius. Another deuce. And now the lead for the Vipers. 3 on the way. Off balance. Doesn't go. Bristol tries to fight for it. And it appears his efforts will pay off. Levert Bristol. Now Bristol upset. It looks like the Snipers won't regain possession. As we will take a 30-second timeout. You're watching Triangle by 1891. YouTube coverage of the PBA by 1891. KBW Gymnasium, once again, site of today's action. The closer walled gymnasium. May or may not make shooting just a tick easier than it would in a more open high school or college facility. Saw a lot of great shooting in the NBA bubble a few years ago, and that's what it reminds me of. Not to discredit any of the talent on the floor. Spectacular shooting thus far by both teams. It's now an 11-point lead, though, for the Vipers. They promise a 20-point win. Their shot no good. By Bristol. Once more now, it's Columbus. A bragging rights matchup, a family feud matchup. Out of bounds once more with 33.8 left in our first half. Anthony McMillan handles for the Snipers. Puts up a three. Missed it, Bristol. And Rogers. Snipers. With their last basket, perhaps. 4-second difference between shot and game clock. King, step back three. No good. Last chance for the Snipers in the first half. They get a wide open three. Off the backside of the rim by Neal. That'll wrap up the first half. A 9-point lead, 60-51 for the Columbus Vipers. We will take this game now into halftime and rejoin you for the second half on Triangle by 1891. We welcome you back to the second half. This PBA Southeast Division rivalry matchup, first of the year, between the Vipers and the Snipers. Ryan Moody got right to work. That signature drop step, right-handed bucket. Snipers had it going on in the first quarter. They're falling behind after the second. 20 more minutes of regulation to play. It's 4 up. In the third, Cheney. That is a momentum-draining play. 40 seconds into the second half. Here's the pressure. Jackson. Off the left on the three. Snipers were hitting their open shots to start the game. But a series of misses. And easy looks given up on the other end. Of course, the Vipers, they have the three-point shot. They have the mid-range shot. All some of the best talent in the PBA at those two roles. You add the size of Ryan Moody. Of course, Seipel's off the bench. And you have your back-to-back division winner. There's a triple by the Snipers. White looking to scoop pass it to Moody. Darryl White quiet thus far. There's the thing with Darryl White. You can go scoreless till the fourth quarter and hit 5 threes in a row. That's why they call him the quiet assassin. Down in Columbus, Jordan Neal. And the Snipers match the buckets by the Vipers. Robinson put it on the deck. And Captain Jackson with the antics after the call. So we are 2 minutes now into the third. Moody. To that right hand again. Big man action there over Bristol. Neal. Bristol. Well defended by Varian, who may have been hurt on the play. And 2 more players down at midcourt. It is getting physical. We will take another injury timeout. Let's hope Jordan Neal is okay. And Levert. Stay with us. Play may continue, or timeout may be taken. Culliver. The second time. The sniper going down hard. I guess the third time if you count the player that bounced off of Jamal Rogers earlier. And Jordan Neal now slow. He's on his feet, but slow to get back up straight. That was after an impressive bucket. May have collided with Bristol. So Octavius Thomas will check in for Jordan Neal. We'll speed things up here. Had a long break. And now finally, after some special triangle time travel, we will resume with Octavius Thomas. Guarded on the ball by Jalen Robinson. Bristol lets it fly. Bristol with one of those vintage releases. Jonas Valanciunas-esque, if you ask me. That shot there, the release by Bristol. Definitely capable. Love to see him knock some of those down. Meanwhile, Jamal Rogers. We'll head to the line for 2. Perhaps the biggest acquisition ever, perhaps, for the Dothan Snipers. Jamal Rogers converts. 10-point deficit now for the Snipers. Plenty of action left. Momentum has been on the seesaw. Chaney put Bristol on his hip and scooped it in with the right hand. Bristol to Jackson. Jackson off the offensive rebound. So Snipers scoring the rock again consistently. They were not doing that in the second. Darrell White. Oh, the step back move, but Jackson takes it away. Up to Thomas. Snipers may have had an opportunity there. Too slow. Kick out 3. Jordan Neal back out there. Air ball on his first shot back. And White missed a wide open layup. Snipers have a chance here. You want to see them continue to fight. That should have been an open layup given up after lack of hustle. Plenty of game time left, only down 8. Cheney. And there are not many, if any, players in this league that are better at that shot. Kick out. 3. Rebound Mendenhall, but a foul on Thomas, who's upset. Substitutions being made. Thomas sent back to the bench of the Snipers. So the official will go over to the scores table. They have a clock issue. Now it appears we will have a timeout. 5:12 left, third quarter. 72-62. Vipers. Three-point shot out of the timeout. No good. Knocked out of bounds. Sniper ball. Interesting to see what approach they'll take. It's a high screen. Neal still out there, struggling from downtown. Did he charge? Yes, he did. The third drawn charge of the game. A game that has seen multiple bodies hit the floor. More physical than expected. There's Mendenhall. Mendenhall hits the 3. It appears a foul was called on that shot on the closeout. So Alquan, the 2-time PBA All-Star, the 3-point king of the Vipers, converts. Lead now at 14. It's quietly grown by the minute. Cheney. Mendenhall again. Back iron. Rogers against Cheney. This is interesting. Jamal. Euro step to clear out Cheney and score 2. Quickly up ahead, it's Robinson. That is the opportunity you don't want to give up. A technical foul called after the fact. Was it for the slammed basketball or a complaint afterward? But a frustrated Dothan Snipers are assessed a technical foul. Difficult time to receive a technical. Team is gaining momentum following that bucket by Rogers. And in the PBA by 1891, we'll take 2 free throws on the technical. Alquan strokes the second. And now the free throws of Jalen Robinson. More discourse between the officials. Talking over something. As we continue to await Free throws of Jalen Robinson. Not sure what the discussion could be. If it's referring to the previous technical or the foul on this shot. And now the players will clear for the free throws by Jalen Robinson. Not so sure as to why that is happening. Jalen Robinson, a former sniper, took his talents across state lines, joined the Vipers. Robinson converts the free throws. So the side out of bounds, and that may have been what the conversation between the officials was about. Whether the Vipers would still get the ball back following a technical and the free throws taken, or would it go back to the snipers? And Rogers, aggressive. Blocking fouls Cheney out of bounds. With 4:05 left in the third. What is currently a 15-point Georgia Viper lead. Steal by Rogers. Corner triple by Neal. And finally, Jordan Neal able to shake the cobwebs. Knock down a triple. Cheney may have dribbled it off his foot. He doesn't give up on the play. So a potential turnover turns into a jump ball. Another example of the little things. Cortez Cheney, one of the best in this league, period, but one of the best at doing the little things, those small hustle plays to give his team another chance, and he reaps all the benefits of winning that jump ball. It's a three-pointer for Cortez Cheney. Rogers may have been fouled. Yes, he was. Devon Porter Wilson. Nice effort. Whistle for the foul. Not allowing the post-entry pass to Rogers. They push him out. Rogers. That'll count. Will it? Or is it out of bounds? It won't count. Pardon my mistake. Jalen Robinson scores again. And for the first time, following that three by Tyson, for the first time today, we introduce number 24 of the Vipers, PBA All-Star Anthony Daniels. Daniels with the long hair. It was quite a 2022 for Daniels. Graduating college. Late congratulations to Anthony for that honor. See what 2023 holds for the All-Star. Jordan Neal, the Snipers, gets a screen. Rogers double teamed in the post. Tyson, high jump, making it a short distance between his release point and the rim. That's 2 points for the Snipers. Keep them in this game, now down 12. King got hit. We have another potentially hurt player. King was banged on the elbow. Let's hope it was just that funny bone spot. but he called a timeout. So we are under 2 minutes to play in the third. 85-72. Vipers. Jalen Robinson in the post. Play resumes. Porter Wilson, the cutter, with the basket. Number 13 for the Vipers, Elijah Vince, out on the floor. That shot rejected by Porter Wilson. Nice show defensively today. There's a lay-in. Anthony Daniels. Lead up to 17. Three-pointers short. Porter Wilson to Vince. Robinson off the side of the backboard. To Daniels. No. Thomas. CT putback layup. Lead up to 19 now for the Vipers. A very locked-in Anthony Daniels guards Jordan Neal. Struggles continue from downtown. Jumping pass by Vince. LeVert Bristol back out there now to guard Elijah. Porter Wilson kicks out. Robinson. That's a three, and the lead expands. Quick outlet. And a pretty pirouette by Ernest Tyson. Lead currently at 20. Vipers slowly pulling away. Offensive rebound again. And that'll kill you. In a scenario like this, Tyson all day to shoot. And buzzer sounds. That will end the third quarter. A 22-point lead for the Columbus Vipers. We'll be right back with the final 10 minutes of regulation. PBA by 1891. Another reminder, subscribe if you haven't already. Triangle by 1891 YouTube channel, approaching 1,000 subscribers. Multiple games set to be uploaded to the channel after that holiday break. We hope you and your families enjoyed a safe and happy holiday season. Now January already well underway. Hope you are still carrying out your resolutions. If you made any this year. Jamal Rogers, step through. Oh my goodness. Count that in a foul. My goodness. That is one powerful Euro step. Just over 9 minutes left to play. Our sniper run could put them in the hunt. Still time to play. Hope did not see them give up body language-wise. Here's Porter Wilson. Oh. That is another tough mid-range move by Porter Wilson. Neal, quick answer. All you could do in that situation. That's the effort on this end now. Anthony McMillan out there. They give up the layup. McMillan out there. He's known as a defensive machine amongst the Snipers organization as Neal goes to the basket again. Perhaps some contact. No whistle. Lead at 17. Jackson going for the steal. Wilson, no-look feed. Thomas and one. Vipers will do what they do to hold off their friends from making a comeback. And Unk head to the line to shoot one more. Neal, quick shot again. On the follow, it's Rogers. Are you serious? This guy wasn't starting? Jamal Rogers on the follow jam. Baby LeBron indeed. And after that burst of energy, Thomas quickly responds with two more. Rogers. And in 2018 Cavalier fashion, it may be time for Jamal Rogers to put on the backpack. Quick rebound. Here he comes again. Rogers double team hits the court. Did he travel or was he fouled? We'll take a timeout after that explosive finish by Rogers. 105-87. Got a wet spot to take care of. We'll be right back. The final 7-16 of an entertaining PBA matchup. Tyson, that is, he threw it away, and Jason Seipels is blocked from behind by the much shorter Jackson. Vipers quickly take advantage. That's the 5'7" Jackson with the block on the 6'8" Seipels. Jackson with the three. Can they get a stop? Rogers skies for the board. His team down 17. Couple three-pointers make things interesting. Snipers looking to avoid 2 straight losses. This would be the only of those 2 losses that would be clean if they lose. Jackson follows up his own miss, playing with fire right now. Tyson the finish. Now the effort and energy, the biggest factor. Can the Snipers turn it on here? And speaking of someone who can turn it on at any time, that's Darryl White. I believe that's his first triple of the game. We mentioned it earlier. He can hit when least expected. Offensive rebound. Jackson thinking about a 3. Flyby. Puts it up. Puts it in. Here comes Dothan. LeVert Bristol out to guard Chaney. Ryan Moody, size advantage, spin, flip it up, put it in. No, offensive foul on the offhand by Ryan Moody. That's a defensive win for Ernest Tyson. Tyson with the word for some of the friends and family. After getting that stop, 110.95. Here comes Cap. Hesitation move, the drive. Oh, but the basket. Beautiful hesitation. White lost it. Shovels it to Cheney. Cheney on the baseline to Cornelius Thomas. There's the chemistry timing on that cut to force another Dothan timeout. Vipers, 5:23 left till they're 7-1. Trey Jackson, the inbound. We'd like to thank you for joining us on another presentation of PBA by 1891 basketball. If you want pro, you want the PBA by 1891. Jordan Neal hitting the three. We're nearing that midway point of the fourth. Here's the big body, Rudy. Nearly hit that fadeaway off the window. No need to force it, though. Time to control. You don't want this game to get too close. Tyson for three. He got it. Snipers not going out without a fight. 4:29 remaining. 112-101. Cheney can't get to that mid-range shot. Here's King back on the floor. And one. Cornelius Thomas. The player of the game so far for Columbus. His quick, easy baskets of accurate passes from his teammates are helping keep the Snipers away. Snipers trying to make that big run. Still have time to do it. Down by 14, another three. Here comes the flurry of threes that we saw early in the first quarter. If they maintained it, they may have been in front right now. And there's Darryl White again. Every bit of momentum the Snipers attempt to make, it is taken right back by one of these several extremely talented Georgia Viper players. We'll take a timeout. We're under 4 to play. Will we take a timeout or will we have subs? Looks like we'll take a timeout. 3:57 left. 118-104. We'll be back to close things out. $3:55 remaining in a back and forth matchup. Southeast Division best, the Snipers and the Vipers. Corner three, they need it, no. Cheney the push. Darryl White missing the three. And Sharon King. Limited minutes, maximum impact for Sharon King. It's been King and Thomas off the bench. Several big plays by Porter Wilson. Vipers controlling. They get the offensive rebound off the missed free throw. A bad sign this time of the game. Moody scoops that baby in. Puts the lead back to 17. Time winding down for a sniper comeback. You never know. That is a bad missed layup there. Bounce pass. Bad pass by Moody. Might be too early to get fancy. Still time. For the snipers. Cheney to Moody. Moody missed again. Block from behind. But a foul. Of Ryan Moody. Listed as a power forward, but he plays center for this Viper team. Never gave up on the effort. Earned himself 2 right here with 2:42 left. And a peek at the scoreboard. Snipers are entering dire straits. They got hot here in the 4th, but immediately countered. By the Southeast champs. Moody makes the second. Vipers, next game not till January 21st. Against the Mississippi Phoenix, team that last played the Snipers. A controversial finish. Of course, that game available. Triangle by 1891 YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that finish, check that one out. Arguable call costing Snipers the win. Quintarius Porter putting it away for the Phoenix, and that's who the Vipers will have their hands on next. The 2022 MVP, Quintarius Porter. Snipers next game, another meeting with the Southwest Florida Blazers. That game will be played on January 14th. It has been played at the time of this recording, so be sure to find that on the Triangle by 1891 YouTube channel very soon. That float shot no good. Extra effort by the Vipers. We're winding things down now. They won't let Moody get the easy one. Tyson says, nope, I'll take 2. Snipers will play to the final whistle. Still over a minute left. Now the full court pressure. It's number 12, Des Cole. And we'll give the shout out to Cole, the head of One Ball, One Dream Clothing. Brand supported, of course, by the organization. Angela Culliver and A&T Sports. And A&T Sports got an entertaining game today between their two entities, the Snipers and the Vipers. Leaders of this division put on an entertaining offensive affair for fans in attendance at the KBW Gymnasium. Professional skill. Players looking to grow, get to that next stage. And they showed you why today. As we wrap things up. Jackson with the 3. Snipers. Play and foul by Neal on Moody. Neal all smiles. Big fella Moody still converting the bucket. So we wind things down. Snipers should not hang their heads low. They put together great effort today. But the Vipers, the chemistry, delivery for all 4 quarters, able to secure this 20-point win, which they guaranteed. The comments on Facebook. And they get it. They win it. The Columbus Vipers, with the win, the advance to 7-1 in the winter season. Moody tries to put the capper on, and that will do it. Thank you for joining us in this first game of the 2023 calendar portion of the season. Don't forget to subscribe. Triangle by 1891 channel for next games. I'm Vince Pomerini saying thank you for joining us, and bye-bye.